Well, hello, everybody. Here we are again. It is the 10th of the 12 days of live sales, and I'm very happy to have all of you here. Looks to me like we're all set up and rolling, and I see some folks in the chat. Debbie from Chicago, nice to see you. Good morning there in Chicago. Good morning here. I'm in Central Time as well. It's noon Eastern, and that's our start time. Blue Feather Mercantile, nice to have you here. And over in the other part of the state of Kentucky, Brenda Brunby, nice to have you here too. I'm glad that here we are. LaDonna Durbin's here. Karen Radford, nice to see you again. And the lovely couple of Gilstrap Gets, nice to have you folks here too. Alicia, that's nice to see you. Book Bewitched, hey, how are you? We had a very happy Vlogmas day yesterday, so we're back on track. Michelle Veenstra from Ontario, oh, that's great. We've got several Ontarians who are watching, so that's terrific. Mooney, you've got big snow coming today. That's right, you're up north. Pamela Commons, Marty Steele, Chicago lady is here, so I've got both of my Chicagoans. That's terrific. Nice to see you again. Oh, to be me too. Down in sunny Florida. Let's see, Rebecca Trejo is here, Teofane. There's another Canadian in the group. Nice to see you. Jan in Colorado, hello. And Brenda's here from chilly and rainy Southern California. I remember living in San Diego as a kid, and one day it was 57 degrees and everybody ran and bought a big winter coat. Tammy Renee Walker is here. Hi there. And Willie Joe, happy Friday. Oh gosh, your vase finally arrived. Boy, it's crazy. Well, since you're close by me, maybe we'll figure something out on the other stuff you've got, and we can rendezvous. Val M., nice to see you here. And oh, I'm glad you're enjoying Vlogmas. I had fun doing that pick in that house. Very nice people. Alice Feldman, hey, it's good to have you back. And Susan Jackson, nice to see you here. Gypsy Moon from Iowa. Well, this is great. Nice group of people, and I am excited about today's broadcast. We'll let some more people get in here while we, I do one little housekeeping bit here. There we go. And today's sale, our 12 items for live sale, and we've got a couple of choices, so it's really probably more like 14 or 15 items, but we're going to try to clip through this pretty fast and do it in an hour. Today's theme is 12 cool characters. And that's because a few days ago, I put together a video and asked you, the viewers, to tell me what items in the categories of toys, character collectibles. I've got some things that were 1990s era edition pieces that are for sale. There is some older vintage stuff here too as well, but I asked you to tell me what you would like to see in the live sale. So everything you're going to see today is something that a viewer suggested that we put up for sale. So hopefully those folks are here. JGB Denman, that's great. Oh, good. Your vase and Alf arrived, and you did a puppet show. Aw, that's really great. I'm glad your dogs didn't go after Alf. Claire, sunny, snowy Switzerland, not sunny. Yes, nice to have you back, Claire. And let's see, Sean Blevins is here. Oh, that's great. Nice to have you here, too. And Charlotte Murphy, Rosie's Auction House, nice to have you back. And, I guess I will talk a little bit, just in case we have some new folks in the group here, about how we run the sale, and then we'll get started. I try to do this as close to what a real auction is like as possible. So we will put the items up. I'll try to show them, talk about them. We'll tell you what the starting bid is. And then as you folks decide what you're willing to bid, I do encourage you to bid what you're willing to pay for the item, because the way we end the auction is I call fair warning. Fair warning means that you've got about 15 to 20 seconds from the time I say fair warning, and remember we have a lag, to the point where we say going, gone, and then we put in bid end. I put in bid end on my computer, and it goes over to the other computer, and that way there's a little bit of a lag on my end to simulate what you're experiencing. Whoever the high bidder at that point is the winner of the item. In the event of a tie, the person who bid that amount first is the winner of the item. Hi, Yvonne. Nice to see you here. I thought the chat about channels was very interesting. We'll talk more. Alice goes, Nomad is here. That's great. And Stephanie at Thrifting Adventures, just lurking. Well, that's great, Stephanie. It's wonderful to have you. Sandra McQuarrie's here. Suzanne Crabtree, nice to have you here. Now, I want to talk a bit about choice because I do some things where I will hold up multiple items. And generally today, I think it'll just be 2 at a time. But if I hold up 2 items and it's choice, that means the high bidder gets to choose which one they want at the high bid price. They can take one, they can take both. If they only take one, then at my discretion, I may offer the item that is left to the backup bidder. And if the backup bidder wants it, they can tell us in the chat, and then oftentimes it ends up with 2 people happy instead of 1. So I like that. Sometimes it ends up with 1 person happy and 1 person wishing they'd bid more. So when the sale is done, you will have, I'd appreciate it if you respond with your information as it says in the ticker within 24 hours so that we can start processing. I think most all of you at this point, I'm caught up with the invoicing, and I've got a whole bunch of stuff packed that's getting labeled and sent out today. I'm going to try to keep it rolling about every 24 to 48 hours. I want to be sending things so that you'll get them in time. There are a few of you who've asked to have holds because you bought multiple items, and we will be wrapping up the 12 Days of Life sales on Sunday. That'll be our last of the 12 days. We do have a little surprise. I'll just give you a pre-thing now to tell you about it. But real quickly, let me say hi to Chris Reselling. Nice to have you here. And Christine K, glad to have you back. Candy Donnelly, nice to see you here too. We will have, and this is all Xenomorph's idea, but he is going over to my storehouse today, and he's going to pick out 13 items for a Lucky 13 sale, and I have nothing to do with the choice of items, so I have no idea what will be coming here. But on Monday, we will do one last hurrah, and it will be 13 items that Xeno picks, and some of it will be great stuff, some of it will be death pile stuff. We'll price accordingly, we'll have fun. Tomorrow's sale is going to be a lot of jewelry and boudoir items. I know a lot of you really enjoy that. And then Sunday is going to be a mix of that and other shiny Christmas things and just a whole bunch of fun. So we'll have fun. And I think Catherine B's here, Mary Rinks is here, and I think everybody is here and we're ready to get started. So Kitschy Corner, hello there. Yes, let's see. Yes, and we do wish Xeno good luck because the storage house is just about as bad off as it's ever been. I've just been shoving things in the door after shows and from storage lockers from Florida. So it will be interesting to see what he finds. Let's see here. Okay, so today is 12 cool characters. All of these things, the relationship they have is that there's some character, maybe a fictional cartoon character, maybe someone from a futuristic space show, maybe somebody who was in a movie, or maybe someone who is a cool character for some other reason. So that's our theme today, and we're going to get started. Our first auction is going to be, and hopefully these aren't too shiny for the camera, so bear with me while I get this here. But we are going to pick between 2 Disney items. And okay, yeah, we can do this. It's not completely blinding. And so the opening bid on these is $8. And $8 is our starting bid. We have 2 items here. One is a license plate frame, which might be appropriate for you or someone you know, that says, Eeyore, thanks for noticing. Everybody knows an Eeyore, right? This is something that was custom made about 10 or 15 years ago. I got it in the state in Florida. The other piece, and again, $8 is our starting bid, is Goofy. Now, this is an older one. This is, hi, B. Gatchel, nice to have you here. This one is marked Walt Disney Productions. So let me hold that up where you can see it. Whoops, let's see here. I'm going the wrong way. There we go. Walt Disney Productions down in the corner. So, $8 is the starting bid, and it is your choice. This would have been something that hung in a kid's room about in 1970 when these foil backs were really popular, and he's just having a lot of fun there. So, oh yes, Eeyore was always Disney. He was from Winnie the Pooh. So yes, that's where Eeyore came from. So it's choice here. It's $8. If someone is interested, let us know because we've got lots of other stuff to look at today too. So waiting to see if anyone is going to bid on this. Sharon Chartier from Canada, nice to see you. Jenny plus one, good to have you here as well. I do think Disney stuff is awesome too, and it really does tend to sell well. So if there's not someone here for these, well, I will take them to Florida and someone down there will appreciate them. So one last moment, $8 starting bid if someone's interested in either of these. Otherwise, we'll move on to our next item. Carol at $8, you are our first bidder. Very good. Okay, so we've got a choice here. And I'm going to go ahead and I love Eeyore too. He's one of my favorite characters because he's very doleful, but once in a while they can get a smile out of him. So I'm going to call fair warning here, and that means if anyone else is interested in bidding, Patty's at $10. She's our high bidder, so get your final bids in now because one or both of these is going to sell. Hi, Catworm. And we are going once. We are going twice, and we are sold. I'm going to put in bid end, and we'll wait for it to come up on our other screen, and there it is. So Carol Bloom at $12, you are the high bidder. And if you'll tell us which of these you're interested in, we've got Goofy in the foil, or you have the license plate frame here. So my heart is here. Nice to see you. And Patty is here. Good to have you here. And okay, very good. So Carol Bloom is getting the picture. Patty, I don't know if you were interested in Eeyore, but if you are, please let us know because, well, wait a second. Let me make sure I'm right about that. Yes, Patty, you would be the backup bidder at $10 on Eeyore. If you are interested in Eeyore, let us know in the comments, or the chat, I'm sorry. Not the comments. We've got to do this all in the chat because it's happening now. And meanwhile, let me put down Carol Bloom for the Goofy print. And that is 10. Yes, funny, thanks. Okay, very good. So Patty is going to, Carol for 12 gets Goofy, and then Patty is going to have Eeyore. So that's great. Everybody found a home. And I've got that down. Now our next item, I sold a couple of these yesterday, and I kept this one out for today because it's a little different shaped frame and a different artist. This is a pinup. She is going to start at $8 is the opening bid. And this pinup is interesting. The frame's a little different shape than the two that I sold yesterday, but this is an original 1940s pinup on a mutoscope card. And that was what they called these particular printings where they had it's a print, but it's very, very color saturated. Carol Bloom is at $8 on this. This one says, come on, we're late now. And what's significant about this is the artist. There were a bunch of famous artists who did pinups. There were 4 in particular who were big in the 40s. 3 of them were men, and the 4th one, where I'm pointing my finger, was Zoe Mozart. And Zoe Mozart is the woman you see in the pinup. She did a lot of her own modeling for the pinups, and hers tended to be a little bit more demure. We have Carol Bloom at $12 as our current high bidder. And I just think that it's really neat. I love the story. The color is good. These were framed up about 30 years ago, and this does come with the frame, but it is an original card from the 1940s. We've got Carol at Susan at 14, Carol at 16 is our high bidder currently. And I just thought it was a neat story that one of the people who did this was a woman, it wasn't just a man's world back then. She did most of her own poses. She did hire some models, but she had started out, I believe in Pennsylvania, as an illustrator and ended up being one of the most famous illustrators of her era. Susan Jackson's at 18, and we're going to call fair warning here. So get your final bids in because this is going to sell very shortly. Geneva Johnson, nice to see you here. I'm sorry that some of you folks are having buffering. I'm not experiencing it on my end, so I can't speak to why that is. Carol Bloom at 20 is our high bidder, and we are right at the end here. So we are going once. We are going twice. We are sold, and the bid end comes in, and Carol Bloom gets it for 24 because she got it in just on time. Well, thank you very much. I know it's tough right at the end. I do encourage people, just put in what you're willing to pay, because I want to make sure that if it's something you want, that you get it. But thank you very much, Carol, for that. Now, the next items, and these were all viewer requests, so we're going to hold these up, and it's going to be choice once again. These are limited edition Pez dispenser sets. One of them is, these are probably, oh gosh, about 15 years ago now, because we're talking about Disney's 80th anniversary. And I'm sorry, Susan, your bid came just a skosh after the thing closed on my end. I apologize, but I do have to go by what I see here. This one's also a limited edition. Now, they're not too limited. I mean, they made a lot of these, but they were only in production for a brief period of time, is the point. And these are starting at $15. $15 is your starting price. The choices between the Wizard of Oz or the Disney 80 years, and I think these are kind of neat because we've got the various characters here, and in the Wizard of Oz they have pretty much all the important people: Glinda the Good, Toto, Dorothy, the Scarecrow, the Tin Woodsman, and the Cowardly Lion. And of course, the wizard in his fearsome look. My heart is at $15. And thanks, Stephanie. I agree. I think they would make awesome gifts. A lot of the stuff that you're going to see today is actually collector stuff in boxes. So it's as simple as wrap it and stick it under the tree, and there you go. My heart at $22. And this is choice, so you'll get one or the other of your choice. And if someone takes one, the backup bidder will have the option on the other one. My heart at $22 is the current high bidder. Let me put these up close where you can see a little more of the detail. I think Pez is interesting because Pez is the reason eBay exists. The guy who founded eBay needed to find a Pez dispenser for his girlfriend. She wanted a particular one. He couldn't find it, and he thought, why isn't there a database and a marketplace where I can just go get one? And he created eBay. So thank you, Pez. $23. Susan Jackson is our high bidder, and it's got a nice history of both Pez and Disney and nutrition information. I don't think anyone's going to eat these. Let me show you the other one, the Wizard of Oz here. Aiden at $30. Toto too. Yes, that's right. Here is the Wizard of Oz set. And there they go. Oh, yes, and you do have the Wicked Witch of the West, actually, over there. Margaret Hamilton. What a great actress she was. She was actually in a lot of good things, and she was really quite an accomplished actress. My heart at $32 is our current high bidder. This one also has the libretto and the picture on the back, so it's fun. If there's somebody who is an Oz fan or a Mickey Mouse fan, these might be fun for you. And a book on these random tidbits. Well, you know what? Maybe a scrapbook. That might be a good idea, LaDonna. My brain is full of little trivia things. My heart at 36. And I agree, Jan. She really was spectacular. She was in a lot of old movies, and she played a lot of different kinds of characters. School marmish people. I mean, she did a lot of stuff. Aiden's at 37. We are going to call fair warning. Please put in your final bids now, because this auction is about to close. And we will see who the winner is. I do think these are cute, and this will be choice. Whoever gets the high bid will get the first one, and then there'll be the chance for the backup bidder on the second one if the first person doesn't take both. And we are going once. We are going twice. We are sold, and at this point, we are waiting for it to come through. There's bid end, and Aiden at $37, you are the high bidder. So please let me know in the chat which of these or both that you would like to have, and then we'll continue on. And you got that for $37. Your higher bid actually came in afterwards. So see, you take your chances, but on the other hand, this keeps stuff from necessarily running to the moon, and that's nice for the viewers as well. This is how real auctions work. You get it in, and it's that, and if you don't, well, then we move on to the next. So, Aiden, if you'll let us know which of these, either or both, you would like at your $37 bid, we will put them aside and then see if the backup bidder is interested in the other. And we'll just wait for a little bit of music here while we wait to hear which one is going to our winner here. Maxwell House. Yes, I think it was Maxwell House. Okay, the Wizard of Oz is going to you. And if our backup bidder was, let me see here, My Heart at 36. My Heart, if you are interested in the Mickey Pez, please let us know, and that one can be yours. We'll just wait for a moment. You can just tell us in the comments while I make a note of this. All right. And yes, refreshing is always a good idea because that will keep you current with the bid, hopefully. Okay, so pass on the Mickey Pez. Very good. So, all right, let's see what our next item is. Okay, someone wanted to see some Shirley Temple dolls. We had a few in one auction, and I think it caught people by surprise because it didn't match the other things in the auction. But then afterwards, we had a couple of people request and say, oh, I would like to see more Shirley Temple. So we're going to start these very inexpensively. These are starting at $10. $10 is the opening bid on these. The one in the red polka dots is the classic one based on the 1930s doll, which was also done by Ideal. Ideal did these particular dolls in the late 70s and early 80s. They are mint in their box. They have their tags. $10 is the opening bid. The boxes are in great collection. What Ideal did in the 70s and 80s, when people started getting really interested in Shirley Temple again, and there was a lot of nostalgias, they did dolls that represented her in various movies that she'd done over the years. And one of them, and I have to be honest, I wish I knew which movie this was. Someone said they liked this one with the gray coat, so we'll put this up. So here is this one. I'm not sure which movie this represents because I don't know all of her movies. She did a lot of movies, actually. Aw, how cute. When I was a little girl, I did a tap and I did a dance to the Good Ship Lollipop. That's so sweet. B. Gatchell, you are at $10, and it says your grandmother won a Shirley Temple look-alike competition when she was a kid and won a doll. Well, the doll she won would have been the 1936 edition of this, I suspect. And if she won that doll, well, boy, that doll, if it's in good condition, sells for a few $100s at least, and sometimes more depending on how they're dressed and whether they've got the tags and everything. So, B, you are currently the high bidder at $10, and it will be your choice of one or the other, or both, if you are the one that wins this, and I think that there's a chance of that, because I am going to call fair warning here. So we're just waiting to see for a moment if any other bidders come in, but we are winding down this auction. These came out in the late 70s and early 80s. It was, whoops, shoot, just a second. Let me go back to where I was because I suddenly just cut off for some reason I don't understand. So hopefully you can all hear me while I figure out what I did here. Okay, there we go. I think I got it back. It says main cam. It should come up in just a minute. There we go. I did a little trick. Sorry about that. I went black for a moment, but I'm here again. Everything is fine. So we are at going once. We are at going twice. And we are sold. And we'll wait for the bid end to come through. And just waiting for that final word. And Patty Shinkaruk at $12, you get first choice. Would you like one or both? Let us know in the chat. And if you decide to only take one, then we'll offer the other one to B. And yes, these are smaller versions of the 1972 doll. These are approximately, I should have said, these are approximately 10 to 12 inch dolls. The 72 one was quite a bit taller. So, okay, so Patty is going to take the one in the red dress here. B, if you are interested in the one in the gray coat, she may be yours. So let us know in the chat if you would like her. I think the gray coat is from a newbie named Dimples. That's great. And B would like the other one. Well, that's good. See, it's great when we get to share the wealth. Just to let you know, I have a large collection of these that I just took on. So I probably have 6 or 8 other varieties. If anyone's interested, you can catch me at theantiquenomad@gmail.com and I'll let you know what I have in stock. So let me get this down real quickly. Patty got one. And B got one. And I'm just very happy that I figured out how to undo the keystroke I did that made me go black there for a minute. So we're all going to get through this. This is great. Hi, Laura Orton. It's nice to see you. I'm going to go ahead and take this off. It's getting a little warm in here now. All right. So our next pieces, these are pretty big, but we had collector information here. And yes, there are definitely still people who like Shirley Temple. Okay, let's see here. A whole lot of us in the 70s who were kids, our mothers were fans and they sat us down and we watched the shows with them. I remember when they started being in syndication. So, all right, our next choice. This is choice. These are $45 each starting bid, because they go pretty well. All of these starting bids, by the way, are fairly significant discounts to current eBay selling prices. So just so you folks know. This is going to be choice between 2 classic Star Trek items. And these were done in the 1990s. There was not very much merchandising with the original show. It only lasted 3 years. I think they did a lunchbox and a few figures, and that was it. So in the early 90s, when it became a cult thing, all of a sudden they started making things, and this company named Playmates made these for a brief while, and they're actually quite collectible now. They are, officially vintage. They are from 1995, last century, as the people in high tech like to say. So this is one of them, and it does cute things. And again, 45 is our starting bid. So if the people who were interested in this are here in the bidding, you can go ahead and place a bid. They make noises. So you've got photon torpedoes, various weapons, and then the sound of the drive as it flies through space. So it does still work, and that's important on these. The other one that is the choice on this is the bridge, and this is the one that has all the characters on it. Now, it's never been out of the box. The box is a little bit worse for wear, though. But you've got Captain Kirk and Uhuru, and you've got Scotty and everybody, and a guy in the red, because they had to have somebody in the red. We've got Lieutenant Sulu, Ensign Chekhov. We've got Scotty and Dr. McCoy. So the whole group. And again, 45 is the opening bid. If there's someone out there interested in this, let us know. And Canadian in Texas, nice to have you with us. It's got great information on all of it. And if you are seeing this in the afterplay and you are the person who requested this and were not able to make the sale, please let me know. Watched it all with my dad. Oh, neat. And because this is a cool thing, Aaron at 45, aha, you are our initial bidder. And Catherine B also at 45, now at 50 is our high bidder, and it's choice between the 2 different pieces. You've got the classic Star Trek here, and I suspect some of our bidders may have looked up online and seen that these go pretty high. This one has some tape on the box, I want to point out right here. But again, it all works, and I don't think these were really taken out and played with at all. So there we go. It's going to be choice between the 2. Catherine B is our current high bidder, and we are going to call fair warning on this. So Catherine B is our high bidder. Get your last bids in, whatever you feel you're willing to pay, because the person who's the high bidder very shortly here will be the winner of their choice of one or both of these items. And it is between the classic Star Trek Enterprise and the classic Star Trek Bridge. And we are going once. We are going twice. And we are just waiting for it. Those are kind of big and heavy. We are just waiting. Sold. Catherine B, you are the high bidder at $60. If you'll let me know in the chat if you are interested in the Enterprise, or if you're interested in the Bridge, or if you're interested in both, you have first option for both. And you're going to take both. Well, that's wonderful. I think you will have a lot of fun, or someone will have a lot of fun with those. So let me make a note that you are taking both. And we will move on to something a little smaller that's a little easier for me to hold up for you. These are very cute. We saw some of these yesterday. They were so short. You watched Sonny and Cher with your hippie mom. Yeah, I watched it with my mom, but my mom was definitely not a hippie. And I remember we could watch Sonny and Cher, but she didn't want us to watch The Carpenters because the girls had short hair and the boys had long hair. I'm sure she's really thrilled with my long hair now, but I explained to her that I'm doing it for charity. Okay, so I'm going to show these out of the box first, and then we'll come back and show the boxes. But both of these have their original boxes, certificates of authenticity, and paperwork. These are the 1993 and 1994 Collectors Society. You had to be in the Collectors Society to get these. These weren't available to just the general public. If you were in the Disney Collectors Society in the early 90s, you could get one of these figures a year, and they do a special each year. The opening bid on these is $30. They're a little larger than the ones yesterday, so it's a good price. These are actually about 7 inches tall, and they each represent different movies again. This one was the 1994 members only, and it is Donald Duck with his little life ring in Sea Scouts. And Sea Scouts was one of the early cartoons, and you can see the detail here. They really did make a point to do these in a very well-painted, well-detailed way. Again, $30 is our opening bid, and they're a little harder to get because, again, you had to be in the Collectors Society. It wasn't something that you bought at the theme park. It was something you had to actually be in a group to get. And here's what they look like on the bottom. They're animator's choice. And so I think these are really cool too, actually. They're just really well done. They were just starting to produce offshore then, but they did really good work. I mean, I have to say, I can't find anything wrong with these. They're very well detailed, no factory flaws. The painting is really good. Again, $30 choice on these is our opening bid. So that's Donald and Sea Scouts. And let me show you, they both have the original boxes. So again, they are basically new in box. I don't think either of these have ever been actually out on display yet. And so I think that it would be just, if you collect this sort of thing, it's a really neat thing because it's got everything. Again, $30 is our opening bid. If there's anyone out there who is interested, now's the time to bid and let me know. I'm going to show you Mickey up close too. This one is the 1993 Animator's Choice for members only. And this one actually comes with a little book, Mickey Mouse Tales. That was part of the deal too. So the book comes in it. It has everything. Oh, well, I got to put that up on the screen. Well, thank you so much. Although, I guess Donald wins. So this one is Mickey as Brave Little Tailor. And so he's got his sword. He seems very happy because he's vanquish the evil. And again, $30 is the opening bid. If anyone's interested, let us know, because otherwise we will move on after this. But I'm going to give you a chance to see here. 1993 Members' Choice. It's just got really good detail, very three-dimensional, and very cute. I like the red feather in the hat. Again, these are about 7 inches tall. And in addition to the booklet, this one also has its certificate of authenticity. Ooh, there we go. And its original box. So $30 is the opening bid. If we don't have any bids, we will move on to another item here. So this is your moment. If you're interested in these, let us know now. Otherwise, we will continue on with something that is quite a bit older, actually. Because we're doing a lot of collector's items today, I wanted to make sure that we were also paying attention to the fact that my main love is antique and real vintage collectibles. I know that there's a lot of people, especially this time of year, looking for the collector items, some of these more recent editions, and so I'm happy to bring them to you, but I am personally more fond of old things, and so this is nowhere near as slick and polished, but this is our next item up for bid. And this is a composition doll from the 1930s. Composition is this hard material, and it's like sort of wood chips and glue and stuff that they put all together, but then they would finish it to give them a very pretty face. This doll from the 1930s is starting at $18. So $18 is the opening bid on her. She is approximately 20 inches tall. I'll pull her back so you can see a little better here. She's a majorette. Now, she's had a lot of love over the years. The composition is in good shape. It's not crackling or breaking or anything. And she really is fabulous. She's got her original majorette's dress. Her shoes are a little worn. She's been in that parade a long time. And but she really is kind of a fabulous thing, I think. You know, her head is all there. It's all intact. You know, the strings are a little looser with age, but again, $18 is the initial bid on this, if anyone is interested in her. And you can see on the back here, the only mark that we saw is 20K. Teofane had done a little research. I don't know if he's still in the chat, but we were thinking maybe she was F&B, but he had done a little research and had sent me an email, which somehow I didn't get. You certainly could buy new shoes for her. She would benefit from that. So again, $18 is our opening bid. If anyone is interested in her, please let us know. I think she's really cute. She does come with the stand. She's got her original hair with a little bit of a red spotted hairnet on it. That's why you see those little red spots in her hair. And yeah, she is really cute. Her hands are in good condition. I really looked for, you know, she's intact and the composition is good, because you can get the old shoes and things. We think she might be Nancy Lee by Aaron B. Thank you. Aaron B. was another one that someone had suggested. So he's not 100% certain, but that's very helpful. So again, $18 is our opening bid, folks. If anyone is interested in having her for Christmas, well, she'd love to come to your home. Otherwise, we will carry on. So let's see here. Yeah, her face is in really nice condition. And to me, the important part is the face, the legs, the body. If they're not crumbling and crackling, the other things you can do something about. So, yes, thank you for that little bit of research. So if she is not for someone here today, we'll put her aside and we'll go on to another item here. Okay, let me set that down. All right, so I think our next item here is something, again, that was requested, and this is a fairly more recent collectible. but we had someone specifically interested in this, so I want to, yes, I'm cracking and crumbling. I have to admit, I understand the feeling, time is great for building the mind and the soul. It's not so easy on the body. Hi, Sammy. Oh gosh, you just missed the two Disney items. I think you might have liked those because you saw them yesterday. I might put them up at the end again and see if we have time. So this is the next item up for bid. Now, obviously, because it's Harry Potter, this is not something that's going to be wildly, wildly old, but the Wizard chess sets were done by Warner Brothers about when the movie started to come out. I think the second movie had come out when this was done. And it is mint in the original packaging, and it is starting at $40. Which is a pretty significant discount to what they've been selling for on eBay lately. And someone in the audience had specifically wanted us to put this up for bid. So here it is. I find that chess sets are very popular in general, partly because of the movie that came out last year, and just because it's sort of that thing that you get for a guy at Christmas. I know there's a lot of women who play chess as well because of the movie. Thank you very much, Lynn. 40 is our initial bid here. But it is sealed in the original package, and so if, like I said, a lot of these things came from a state where the guy was collecting these, and he just liked to look at the boxes, so he never took them out. Pamela is also at 40, but our first bidder was Lynn. Okay, Pamela now is at 45 and is the high bidder. And yeah, if you look online, I think you'll see that these sell for quite a bit more than this. Lynn is at $50. It's got all 32 chess pieces and the playing board, and you'll just have to see what they look like on the package because the package has never been opened. And it says the chess pieces measure 2 to 4.5 inches, and the playing board is 18 by 18.5. Oh, Susan Jackson at 53 is our current high bidder. So yes, I guess this was a good thing to put aside. I thought it was cool. I went to Harry Potter, the first two movies with a friend of mine, and her son, who is my godson. And I have to admit, they really were amazing movies. It's not something I would have thought I would enjoy. I'm not usually into this sort of genre, but they really were so well done. It's funny to see them all as adults now. I saw something recently where they showed all of them and talked about what they're doing now, and they all don't look anything like they did when they were kids. Funny how time marches on. Lynn at $60 is our current high bidder, and we are going to call fair warning on this. So this is your last chance to get your bid in. If anyone is interested in this, please put in your what you're willing to pay now. As they say, speak now or forever hold your peace, because we are coming very close to the end of this broadcast. Hi, Nancy Smith. Nice to see you in the chat. And we are going once. We are going twice. And we're just waiting for it to come up now. Let's see here who our winner will be. And there is bid end, and Lynn Combell, you are our high bidder at $60, and thank you very much. It's a great piece, and I'll make sure it ships so that it is like new when it gets to you. So let me make a note of that. Okay. All right, well, since we had interest in the other Star Trek pieces, I am going to put this other one up now. This is another one that actually is surprisingly hard to get, harder than I thought. And yes, that was a steal, actually. You did get a good deal. So, sometimes when you do a live sale and it's a little different stuff than what you're known for, well, prices may not be as high, and that means it's a bargain for you guys. And I don't mind that at all. I don't put anything out that I can't sell. My pet peeve is Hermione was so good at potions. Why didn't she make herself a good hair conditioner? That's really funny. Yes, absolutely true. Oh, I'm sorry. I know some of you folks are at work and it's hard to jump in and out. You know, it's tough doing these on weekdays, but some folks can only do weekends, so we'll have two more sales. So this is what is up here. This is Vina, and she was one of the, as I understand, one of the temptresses on one of the planets in Star Trek. In the 1990s, they did this as a limited edition pre-painted statue, and it is a $30 starting price on her. She does sell for a bit more online, that's for sure. This is one of these. There you go. It's from Kit Kong's Model Mansion. You know, if you folks, any of you are resellers, you definitely should start paying attention to some of this 90s plastic stuff. It's hard to believe, but a whole lot of it is very collectible now. I did an appraisal for the manager of Pearl Jam in Seattle. He had lots of pieces, and I was stunned at what some of them are worth now because a lot were made for very short periods of time. Yes, she was the Orion slave girl. Thank you. Suppose you had all of space to choose from and this was only one small sample. Wouldn't you say she's worth a man's soul? So whatever is in at $30, that is our opening bid, and I think that's very smart because this is certainly selling for a bit more online. But I thought I'd bring it to you because some of the folks here requested her. And yeah, you wouldn't think they'd do a model of her because it seems so specific, but you know, a lot of Trekkies. I know women who are into it too, but a lot of Trekkies are guys, and you know, she was kind of a hottie, and I think they figured that they might enjoy this. So it's got the name of the sculpture on there, and when it says sculpted, you know, they really actually do have to do a sculpture in order to do this. Oh, she was played by Susan Oliver. That's interesting. Who is she? She's from Star Trek, Nancy. She was the slave girl on Orion, and I believe that she was so beautiful that she would tempt them to exchange their soul in order to be with her. And that was the story, as I recall. Well, whatever may get a great deal here, because whatever is our only bidder at $30, and we're going to call fair warning. So if anyone else here is madly looking on eBay to see what these sell for, they might want to jump in. But we are getting close to the end of this bid, and Spock was a hottie. Well, you know, if you like green skin and pointy ears, I guess Spock was kind of a thing. I've seen pictures of Yvonne's husband. He does not have green skin, and he's very nice looking. So, there we go. We are at, hi Bree, we are at going once. We are going twice. And we are going to put this in now. And shortly we will come up with our bid end. And so whatever, for $30, you got it without any competition, and I think you got a great deal. So I'm sure you will enjoy her. And if you'll just, I know I've got your information, but folks, if you win, even though I've got your information, do send me something just acknowledging that you're making the purchase so that I can go ahead and do those invoices and get things out there. So, all right. Now this one is another piece that was requested by a viewer. This is a little newer than I usually do with these. In fact, I have to be honest, this is the first time I've sold one as new as this. But there's a good reason for it, because it turns out that, see, you know, this is great. Happy is good. That's a lot of the fun of this. I mean, these objects bring back happy memories. We get to share this time in chat. There's a connection to, oh, gee, I bought it in this place. I think this stuff is fun. So this is Barbie, and this is Barbie as the Winter Princess, and she is starting at $20. And we had a couple of people said that they were interested in this. So let me take her out of the box. Now, she has been out of her box before, but I believe she has everything she's supposed to have. So let's take a look together and just check out the condition. It'll just take me a second to unwrap her here. Yes. Here we go. She still has her certificate of authenticity. She is serial number 1084, made by Mattel. Again, $20 is the initial bid, and this is from 1993. And she does have all of her clothes, her regalia, and the hair. This belonged to a little girl back in the 1990s, and she decided she outgrew it, so she sold it to me, and that's why Barbie is here today. Chris Roselli at $20 is our opening bidder. And let me take her out of the box so we can show her a little bit better. You know, with the newer Barbies, there are certain ones that people look for. Some of these limited editions do sell better than others. The one that says math class is hard, the one that had the voice, well, that got pulled off the market really quickly. And so because of that, that one's rather valuable. So there are some sleepers in the newer Barbies. And she has a fur muff, exactly, because, you know, it's cold outside. She's the winter princess. And yes, it really is a beautiful color on the dress. Barbie was just such a great idea because before Barbie, you had a lot of really big dolls like that one that we had on earlier from the 1930s. And what happens is that the people at Mattel figured out that little girls would like something that was more of a fashion doll that showed what they were going to be like when they grew up rather than a baby doll. And they wanted something small enough that they could hold it and not have it be quite so huge. And so Barbie became very popular. $21 as the high bid currently. Jan Goodwin says, I had a 60s Barbie. Like many other things of that day, it disappeared along with Lionel trains and lots of other great things. Mom gave or threw it away. And that is so often what happened. And yeah, I'd say this is true for a lot of people. Barbie is not everyone's speed, but this one is really very pretty. Chris Roselli at $25 is our current high bidder. Yes, a lot of moms threw a lot of stuff away, and it's sad, and yet at the same time, it's the reason that we have collectors now. If everybody kept all this stuff forever, there'd be no collecting. It's the fact that we lose sight of these things, and then they come back into our awareness that makes them collectible. What year is she? She is 1993. And I'm going to put this up so that you can see, because this is her certificate of authenticity. She is serial number 1084, 1993, Mattel. I had many Barbie accessories in the 70s. Some of the accessories can be worth more than the dolls. And the 70s are an interesting time because, you know, they definitely reflect the styles of that era. And I don't see a lot of the 70s one. Are the holiday Barbies from the 90s worth anything new in box? Well, a little bit, Michelle, but honestly, for the most part, they made a lot of those, and everybody kept them because they were pretty and only put them out at Christmas, so they're not as scarce as some of the other varieties. Isabel at $26 is our high bidder, and we're going to here, so please get in your last bids, whatever you are willing to pay for her, because we're getting very close to the end of this auction. And let me just prepare for that here. I'm going to go ahead and set her back in the box. I'll show her in the box one last time. And then we're going to close the door on her. Well, we're going to try. I don't want to mess up the box here. But she is going once. She is going twice. And we're going to put it in and wait for the message. Bid end, and Chris Roselli at $30. Barbie is yours. And I think she's very cute, and you will have a lot of fun playing with her or giving her as a gift or whatever it is you would like to do. She's very pretty. I actually had one collector who was a guy in his 90s, and he was collecting dolls, believe it or not, because he wanted, his wife had passed on, and he said, I wanted to be surrounded by beautiful women. So he collected lovely porcelain dolls. And he had quite a great collection, I have to say. Oh, good, Chris. I'm glad that you got her for yourself. That's neat. It's nice to, I figure, you know, it's the holidays. I'm thinking of other people, but I know me and I love me and I know what I like. So I always have to get myself at least one thing. All right. So speaking of porcelain dolls, one of the ones this guy had was this gal. And this is Marilyn Monroe. She is starting at $50, and she's going to be kind of a little bit of a task to show, but Marilyn was something that people liked and saw and requested. This is Marilyn Monroe in All About Eve. $50 is the starting price. This was Franklin Mint did heirloom dolls. Again, this is about 1990s. And they did a series of Marilyn in various movies that she was in, kind of like what Shirley Temple did with Ideal. Well, Franklin Mint did it, but they did it in a very high quality porcelain. So this is all hand painted porcelain. I'm going to try to show you the whole thing. She's got the, it's faux fur, but it's to represent the fur coat that she wore in All About Eve. Sammy at $50 is our opening bid. And she's got her original box. In fact, she's never been out of her original box. She has the original padding that goes in here too. And the reason I'm not taking her all the way out of the box is that I want to make sure that all of the pieces that are with the box stay with her. She's got the white porcelain gloves. You can see the box is in good shape. What does she measure? She measures approximately, she's a little taller than the composition doll we showed earlier. She's about 21 inches tall. And yes, she really is gorgeous. I mean, well, you know, Marilyn was gorgeous. I mean, you have to give it to her there, and it definitely shows in this. All About Eve was a little more sophisticated role for Marilyn. I mean, when you see movies like Some Like It Hot and that, where she seems sort of funny and ditzy and all of that. Well, that was one side of Marilyn, but she got tired of doing those types of movies, and so she has to have some serious roles, and she ended up with a few, and actually proved to be a rather talented actress. It wasn't just a look. Yeah, there's a ruler on the table, but it's a little short, but let's see, 12, and yep, 21 inches. How to Marry a Millionaire. Yes, that was fun. Gentlemen Prefer Blondes. I mean, she was in so much great stuff. But yes, she's 21 inches tall in the original box, and we're going to go ahead and call fair warning on her. We've got a bid of $50, and I believe that is our high bid from Sammy. 7 Year Itch is actually a movie I really enjoy. Now, you see a lot of the 7 Year Itch dolls because they did it with her with the dress that poops up over the subway grating when the subway goes through and the wind blows her dress up. And so that one you see more. This one's a little harder to find. So we are about to close out here. If anyone else is interested, and she tickled JFK's fancy, yes, possibly to that may not have been such a good thing. This is going once, this is going twice, and we are sold and bid in, and Sammy is the winner. And Sammy, you got a great deal on her, so I hope you enjoy her. She's very pretty, and she is going to have to ship by herself because she's so big. So we'll get her to you safely. And let me make a note that that is Sammy's. And we're going to do one final regular sale, and then I am going to put the Disney up one more time because our Disney fan is with us now, and there may be others in the house. Okay, now real quickly, we're mentioning, since I mentioned Disney, tomorrow we're going to do jewelry. It's going to be mostly costume jewelry, boudoir items, head vase, compacts, fun glitzy stuff. But I wanted to show this. This is not for sale. This is something I've decided to give my niece for Christmas. It came out of a state in Louisiana, and I have put this aside and am sending money. I'm going to pay regular retail to the my consignor for this because I noticed that it's The Little Mermaid, and my niece loved The Little Mermaid when she was a little kid. So I'm very excited that I have something like that to give her. All right, let's see here. So our last bid for today let's see here. There we go. Oh, Cat Funk. Hi, nice to have you here too. Aw, there's a picture of us in Portland. Neat. That's Laura Caldwell on the left there, and Cat's in the middle. We had a great time. Okay, so give her a copy of the real story. You know, I actually should, because the real story, as most children's fables, is kind of dark. And now that she's an adult, she might appreciate that. So here we go. This is our last official bid, and then I think we're going to do one more go back just for fun. These are Damn Troll dolls, and they are starting at $40 each. And the reason that they're starting at $40 is, and whatever, I can hold your purchases another day and let you look at jewelry the next couple of days. So this is by Thomas Dam of Denmark, and $40 choice is the opening bid on these. Now, the troll dolls, these were towards the end of the production in Denmark. These are from 1984, and they say on the bottom, it's a little hard to read, but they say made in Denmark, and they'll say Dam, D-A-M, because that was his name. $40, Debbie from Chicago. They're very cute, and I'm glad that you appreciate them like I do. They did boys and girls. They did monkeys. The monkeys tend to sell for the most. They can be in the hundreds of dollars now. But these were the original ones made from Denmark. They're made now in China by Russ. I guess Dam sold out to Russ at some point in the 1980s, and that was the end of it. So these are the OG original. This is what it was. And I just think that they're really neat and very cute, and they are very collectible. $40, honestly, is a pretty reasonable price for these. They can go as much, this particular group here, they can go for 50 or 60 or more in the right place. You know, it depends on the time. This time of year especially, they're popular. They have that troll look. I think they're very cute. We have Aiden at 41 as our high bidder here. And we've got a redhead, and we've got this guy with this great sort of white shock hair. That looks like me when I get out of bed in the morning. Of course, anyone who's seen our Vlogmas videos now has seen that, and I apologize. Debbie from Chicago is at $45. And yes, Charlotte has the problem a lot of us have, is your collections outgrow your house, and well, then you become an antique dealer. That certainly contributed to mine. Southern Mermaids here, that's great. So 45 is our high bid, and we are calling fair warning. So this is your last chance to get in your bid on your choice of either or both of the troll dolls here. They are the original from Denmark, and they just have such cuteness appeal. These were the same maker of the ones that came out in the 1960s. Yes, they originated this. The 1960s ones can go for really high dollars as well. And there is that one. There's this one, and we are just about to end the bidding here because we are going once. We are going twice. And we're going to put it in and wait for it to come up. And our winner is Debbie from Chicago for $45 each. If you'll let us know in the chat if you're interested in one or both, and we'll put them aside for you. And if you are only interested in one, then we will offer to the backup bidder, but you get first choice. So we're going to give you just a second here to respond to us in the comments and let us know which one you like. And then I think that we will do both. Okay, very good, Debbie. I don't blame you. And I will make a note of that. Debbie. Okay. So we have gone through everything, but there is one thing that I know somebody had specifically requested who wasn't in the chat, who is now. So I'm going to do one rewind here, and we're going to offer these once more. So one more chance on these. And these are the Disney figures. These are a little taller than the ones that we sold yesterday. These are 7 inches. Let's get into focus there. There we go. These are the 1993 and 94 Animator's Choice, and you had to be in the Collectors Club to get these. And the starting bid on these is $30 each. So if anyone is interested in these, this is going to be our last go-around with them. But I wanted to give a chance because I knew that one of the people who was interested in these is in the chat now. So one last shot at $30 each if you're interested in these. This one is Mickey. He's the one, he's got his box, his book, and the certificate of authenticity. And he is, there we go, there's the box, so you can see all of that. And then that was based on the Brave Little Tailor. And then Donald Duck is from Sea Scouts. He also has the same information here. And there is the detail on him. But I don't see anyone else jumping in on these, so I guess I will take them. Oh, Lorraine Mitchell. See, you just got to wait for people to have a chance. So Lorraine Mitchell, you are the current high bidder, and it will be your choice between the two. There's Donald. Very nicely painted, and he's got his little life ring with him. And yes, I am especially, honestly, with these more recent edition pieces, they've got to be perfect, or I won't touch them. Do you have Daisy Duck? I'm afraid I don't. I've only got Donald. Daisy, yes, I always liked her. She was very fluffy. There was a period of time in Finland where they would not allow Daisy or Donald Duck to be shown because the Russians were putting pressure on them not to adopt American cultural items. And so they said, well, it's because she's not wearing any pants. Isn't that the silliest thing you ever heard of? Yes, the lag is real. I don't have a Pluto. Pluto is my favorite Disney character, actually, because he's so expressive without saying a word. Okay, so we're going to call fair warning here. We do have a bid at $30 choice on these, and it is Lorraine Mitchell is our high bidder. And so these are just about to wind down. We are going once. We are going twice. We're going to wait to put bid end in here and see where it comes up. Okay, well, Lorraine Mitchell, you have your choice of Mickey or Donald or both. So let me know in the chat below which one that you are interested in or both. And I am very happy that they're going to go with somebody because they're really neat. And they're easy to ship because they've got their regular boxes, so we can make sure they get to you intact. I'm going to make a note here while we wait to see which you are interested in, Lorraine. And my husband can talk like Donald. That's very funny. Yeah, Donald was pretty... yes, I love the ice skating with Pluto. That's a great one. And my husband can talk like Donald. So Donald goes to Lorraine. Mickey will go with me to Florida. I'm sure there's a collector down there who will like him. And, well, that was a lot of fun. Thank you for your viewer choices. It really helped direct us so that we could bring things that you wanted to see. Thank you for being with us in the live sale again today. And we are really looking forward to the next 2 days, our 11th and 12th days of Christmas. And we will have a lot of jewelry, boudoir type items tomorrow, and then we will have a mix of things on Sunday and have a lot of fun wrapping up the 12 live sales of Christmas. I hope to see all of you there. And in the meantime, have a wonderful day. It was great to spend part of it with you, and I'm glad you had fun. Take care now, and we'll be back soon to see you.